What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about failure. What I learned from failure. As I mentioned before, I'm an actor. I was an actor. I am an actor. I still do, and I plan on doing it forever. And when you're an actor, I mean, I guess people know this, but you have to audition a bunch for a bunch of shit. Either you get a manager, an agent, or something, and they send you a copy and sides, and you got to just learn the sides and go into a room basically and act on command in a maybe a 6 by 6 area. It's a very unnatural thing, um, and you have to live truthfully in an imaginary circumstance. And usually if you're doing a TV audition or a movie audition or something, depending on your level, right, you might get anywhere between 1 to 10 pages of sides that you got to learn, in the span of a couple of days. And if anybody's ever tried to memorize anything, it isn't the easiest thing in the world. Obviously it gets better with practice, but it's just one of those things. It's just part of the life, right? And when you're going in for an audition, you do your thing. You basically have to stop your whole life and just learn these sides and go in there, do your thing. And the audition might last 30 seconds, never more than 5 minutes. And then you just forget it. There's no feedback usually. There's nobody telling you did this wrong, you did that wrong, or you did this well, you did that well. And this is what you can work on. It's basically like you're sort of acting in a vacuum. Um, but it's just part of the business. It's the way it's set up. I don't know if it can even be better. But it can be a little maddening because you're just like you kind of just like don't know. You don't get any live feedback, and you're expected to do that over and over and over hundreds of times for decades sometimes, right? Like if you don't make it to a certain level, um, you don't uh, you got to just keep doing that basically for the rest of your life. Um, and, all things considered, it's a pretty charmed life being an actor, especially if you can make a little bit of money doing it. But what I wanted to talk about was failure, because really the life of an actor is about 98% failure. You audition hundreds of times. Maybe out of 100 auditions, you might get one or two callbacks, um, and then maybe book a job. Uh, Obviously, the better you get it, the longer you're at it, and the more relationships you build, the easier it is to book something. But it's just those are the numbers. And I think anybody in business, any entrepreneur can really relate to that. Maybe Olympic athletes or something, right? We're like the odds are really stacked against you. Um, what it taught me most of all was because I used to be really connected to like whether or not I got a role, whether or not I booked anything, whether or not I was any good, whether or not they liked me, whether or not I'd be called back, et cetera, et cetera. And eventually I had to learn that one, it isn't about me. Two, these people aren't the enemy because I really believe that these people were the enemy for a long time. It's just an adversarial sort of relationship. And three, that no matter what happened in this audition, I had to keep auditioning. I have to get back up, go to my normal life, and and keep at it. And for a long time, acting was my entire life. I didn't really have anything else, didn't have much of a social life really because I thought I didn't need. I thought a social life or nurturing relationships was somehow going to hinder my career. And what ended up happening is all those things fell by the wayside, and my career didn't really take off because I think that in order to be an effective artist, you have to be a complete human being. Um, and I was like 24/7, 365 being an actor. And energetically, I think people can sense it, people can feel it. And so much of my identity was tied into this one thing that there was no way I was going to be successful. Not because I didn't lack the talent. I did. I have it. Not because I don't have the stage presence or the screen presence or whatever. I do. But if, like I said, if you're not a complete human being, if you don't have an identity outside of the thing that you're doing, you're going to fail regardless. And I think that these, when you fall, when things don't work out the way that you intend them to work out, you need a strong sense of self. You need a strong identity. You need other things to balance out the failure or falling on your face and stuff. And not having that caused me to, and then COVID and all that other stuff caused me to rethink like my life and what it is that I wanted to do and who I was. And for a long time, I basically just, the industry is a funny thing because you want to work. And you go into it thinking like, oh, okay, well, this is about talent, right? This is about, I go in, I do the best job, and it's, eventually people are going to see how good I am, and then, it's all going to work out, and I'm going to be a movie star, and it's not about that at all. As a matter of fact, the more talent you have sometimes, the more it works against you, because if you're the sort of person that puts in that much energy into your talent and you don't think about the political aspects of it, if you don't think about the business aspects of it, you're going to be very frustrated. And that was me for sure, because I thought, if I just go to drama school and if I'm a really good actor, if I put all of this energy into being the best that I possibly can be, eventually somebody's just going to find me. Somebody's just going to discover me and I'm off to the races. And that's not what happened at all. I did not pay attention to the other things that are important, not only in the career and the business, but in life. I didn't bother building enough relationships. I didn't network properly. I didn't build things outside of being an actor. And all those things sort of came to a head all at the same time. And what I mean to say by that is myopia and being singularly focused can be a real detriment to you, right? It can actually be the reason why you fail. Now, failure is just a part of life. Like, it's going to happen. You're going to fall on your face. You're going to try some shit. You're going to try a bunch of shit, and it's just not going to work. There's no way around it. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how smart you are. You're just gonna fail. And most of success is just failure. And I think the real reason, the real successful people, they just get up one more time, right? They just keep hammering away at the thing that they're doing. And if that thing isn't working, then they move in a different direction, but they keep hammering away. But I'm glad that it didn't work out the way that I thought I wanted it to work out for me. To be honest with you, I don't have the temperament to go into an audition hundreds of times in a year and not get any feedback and sort of be jumping through hoops for people. I've never been that guy. I don't like being that guy. I've always just wanted to call my own number and do what I wanted to do. And it's like now me failing all of those times and falling on my face and things not working out the way that I expected brought me to that realization. And it was a difficult thing to come to terms with because I had always had this idea in my mind of who I am, who I thought I was and who I wanted to be. And the idea of who you are and who you actually are almost always are never the same thing. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're out there and you're failing and you're falling on your face, maybe you're on the right path, but maybe you're just fighting against who you really are, what you really are, and where you're really supposed to be. When I became an actor, when I decided to pursue this career, I said, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. I was 10 years old. I'm not 10 anymore, clearly. And I think the decisions we make way back whenever, uh, they can drive us in a positive direction, but they can also work against us. And so, reevaluating who and what you are, if things aren't really working out for you, I think is really important. And that's what failure is supposed to teach you. It's supposed to guide you. It's supposed to remap the world. It's supposed to show you where things are working and where they're not working. And what I'm saying is pay attention to that. Pay close attention, because the universe, God, is telling you things. He's saying, hey, man, open your eyes. And so, yeah, if you're failing, really pay attention to what's going on. Why aren't things working out? Where do you need to head? What things do you need to fix? Because something can always be fixed, and you can always course correct. So, all right, guys. Until next time. Peace.